The fallacy of equivocation basically means using words ambiguously. It occurs when people slip between different meanings of the same word. The logic requires the same meaning to be sustained throughout the argument, and the fallacy occurs when people don't do that. Happiness is the end of life. The end of life is death. So happiness is death. The form is valid, but of course we're using the word end in two different ways. In the first, we're using it to mean aim, and in the second, we're using it to mean termination. So we're using two different concepts. And with that, out go 1,000 schoolboy conundrums. Half a loaf is better than nothing. Nothing is better than good health. So half a loaf is better than good health. Equivocation is a fallacy that invites us to transfer something we might accept about one concept to another that happens to use the same word. Logic processes relationships between concepts, and it doesn't work if you change the concepts halfway through. Elephants are not found in Britain, so if you have an elephant, don't lose it in Britain. We're of course using the word found in two completely different ways. Fortune tellers specialise in equivocal expressions that allow them to have it both ways and cover a variety of future outcomes. The oracle at Delphi was asked by Croesus what would happen if his army attacked, and the oracle replied, "A mighty empire will be humbled." It was indeed, it was his own. They had it covered both ways. You can rest assured that your letter will receive the attention it deserves as it heads towards the waste paper basket. Anyone who gets Mr. Smith to work for him will be lucky indeed. Calvin Coolidge was once asked what he thought of the singer's execution, and he replied, "I'm all for it." The advice given to political candidates is, when in doubt, equivocate. To those in favour of capital punishment, you say, "I want realistic sentences." To those against, "Well, I want humane treatment." But you might want realistically light sentences or humane killing. Equivocation is a fallacy much used in international diplomacy. Full and frank discussions are often happily ended with a treaty, which means entirely different things to the various parties that signed it. Watch the House of Commons if you want to see equivocation used fluently and at speed. Well, it all depends on what you mean by the full-hearted consent of the British people. You might have thought it was obvious. Nope, you were wrong.
Madsen Pirie, showing once more that if you know your fallacies, you can win every argument.